Look up at the night sky for a moment. It's mostly dark, right? A few little specks of light in a whole lot of black. But here's a fun question. Why? If the universe is infinite and packed with stars, shouldn't the whole sky be blazing with light? For centuries, this puzzle, known as Olbers Paradox, had scientists completely stumped. It was like a cosmic crime scene where the evidence made no sense. But the solution, which we've only recently figured out, is a total mind-bender. It turns out our universe has at least 10 times more galaxies than we ever thought. And the crazy part is that about 90% of them are completely invisible to us. The real reason the night sky is dark doesn't just change our address in the universe, it breaks the whole idea of what we thought we could see. Okay, so the story starts with a mystery that sounds almost too simple. Back in 1823, an astronomer named Heinrich Olbers looked up at the sky and asked the question that would echo for 200 years. He pointed out that if the universe was infinite and full of stars everywhere, then no matter where you looked, your line of sight should eventually hit a star. Think of it like this. You're standing in the middle of a forest that goes on forever. No matter which way you turn, your view is eventually blocked by a tree. In the cosmic version of this forest, every single point in the sky should be lit up. The night should be a blinding, continuous glow, as bright as the sun. But it's not. It's dark. This is Olbers Paradox. And for a century, it was a huge embarrassment. You had this crime scene, a dark sky, that logically shouldn't exist. Early astronomers tried to solve it, of course. Their first suspect was cosmic dust. Maybe, they thought, giant clouds of dust were just blocking the light, like a fog. But that theory had a fatal flaw. The problem is, anything that absorbs that much light and energy has to heat up and eventually start glowing itself. The dust would just re-radiate the energy as infrared light. The sky would still be glowing, just in a color our eyes can't see. The mystery only got deeper. The crime scene was clean, and the universe seemed to be hiding something big. The darkness was a clue, but a clue to what? The answer wasn't going to come from just thinking about it. It would take a complete revolution in how we see everything. The first real breakthrough in this cosmic detective story didn't come from studying darkness, but from studying light. And it gave us clue number one. The universe has a beginning. The Big Bang Theory showed us that the universe isn't eternal. It's about 13.8 billion years old. This fact alone is a huge blow to Olber's original idea. Because light travels at a set speed, we can only see things if their light has had enough time to get to us. Light from a galaxy more than 13.8 billion light-years away simply hasn't arrived yet. This creates a kind of cosmic bubble around us, a horizon to what we can see. So, that infinite forest of stars Olbers imagined doesn't really apply. This was a big step, but it wasn't the whole story. The darkness was also hiding a second, even weirder clue. That clue came when Edwin Hubble discovered the universe is expanding. The fabric of space itself is stretching, carrying distant galaxies away from us. As these galaxies race away, the light they send out gets stretched along with space. This is called redshift. It's kind of like how the siren from an ambulance sounds lower pitched as it moves away from you. If a galaxy is moving away fast enough, its visible light can get stretched all the way into infrared, microwaves, and radio waves, making it totally invisible to our eyes. The sky isn't actually empty. It's glowing in colors we were never built to see. The darkness isn't a lack of light, but a graveyard of light that's been stretched beyond what we can perceive. But even these two clues, a finite age and an expanding universe, weren't enough to close the case. The real twist, the cosmic plot twist, came when astronomers tried to do a proper headcount of the universe. For decades, our best guess, based on pictures from the Hubble Space Telescope in the 90s, was that there were about 100 to 200 billion galaxies. A wild number for sure, but it was wrong. Horrifyingly wrong. In 2016, a team led by Christopher Consulis decided to look deeper. They took 20 years of Hubble data and basically turned the flat pictures into 3D maps, creating a time machine for the universe. What they found was that the early universe was like a packed party, way more crowded than it is today. When the universe was young, there were 10 times more galaxies crammed into the same amount of space. Most of them were small and faint, cosmic wallflowers that, over billions of years, crashed and merged to form the bigger galaxies we see now, like our own Milky Way. By counting all these tiny, ancient galaxies that have since merged or are now too faint and distant to see, they came up with a new, jaw-dropping number. There aren't 200 billion galaxies in the observable universe. There are at least 2 trillion. Yes, trillion with a T. And some recent estimates push it even higher. This was the final piece of the puzzle. The reason the sky is dark is not just because the universe is young and expanding, but because the huge majority of its galaxies are hidden. A shocking 90% of the cosmos is just too faint, too small, or too redshifted for even Hubble to have seen. We're living in a universe that's 10 times more crowded and 10 times more invisible than we ever knew. It's a discovery that forces us to completely reevaluate our place in the cosmos. If finding out that we've only been seeing 10% of the picture blows your mind, make sure to subscribe and join us on this journey as we keep exploring the universe's biggest secrets. So now we can finally go back to that ancient crime scene and close the case. Olbers Paradox is solved. The night sky is dark for a trifecta of brain-breaking reasons. First, because the universe started 13.8 billion years ago, there's a cosmic horizon. The light from countless galaxies beyond that edge just hasn't had time to reach us. Second, because the universe is expanding, the light from the most distant galaxies inside our horizon gets stretched into invisibility. It's a cosmic disappearing act. The light is still there, filling the sky, but its energy is so low our eyes just see it as black. And third, and this is the big one, the sky is dark because most of the things making light are themselves invisible. The 2 trillion galaxies filling our universe are mostly small, faint, ancient things. Their combined glow is just too weak to matter against the first 2 reasons. The James Webb Space Telescope, with its powerful infrared eyes, is finally starting to see this hidden population, spotting galaxies so distant they were just ghosts to Hubble. The darkness of the night sky, the very thing that made the universe feel so empty, turns out to be the ultimate proof of how spectacular it is. The darkness is evidence of the Big Bang. It's the signature of cosmic expansion. And it's the shadow cast by 2 trillion hidden galaxies. Every patch of sky that looks empty is actually teeming with galaxies. You're just not equipped to see them. With your own eyes, you can see maybe 3 or 4 galaxies, but in a patch of sky the size of a pinhead held at arm's length, the Hubble telescope found over 10,000. Suddenly, it's clear. Space isn't empty, it's crowded. So what does it mean to live in a universe where 90% of everything is hidden? On one hand, it's humbling. So if you ever felt insignificant before, this doesn't help. For all our progress, we've only ever been aware of a tiny fraction of what's out there. It's a reminder that what we see isn't the whole picture. But on the other hand, it's incredibly inspiring. The solution to Olbers Paradox reveals a universe that is way more dynamic and populated than we ever imagined. We're not staring into an empty void. We are looking out from inside a glittering, expanding snow globe of trillions of galaxies, and most of them are playing a cosmic game of hide-and-seek. The empty night sky isn't a sign of loneliness. It's a map of cosmic history. It's a canvas telling the story of creation, expansion, and the trillions of ghost galaxies waiting in the dark. And honestly, the fact that we figured this much out is already incredible. The idea that we can solve a puzzle that stumped people for centuries is maybe the most amazing thing of all. The universe may be vast and hidden, but it's not unknowable. And that makes our tiny, visible corner of it feel infinitely more special.